All right, let's see. It says we're going live. Let's see. All righty. Let's see if I see it in the group, y'all. Got to make sure I see it in the group. All right, I do see us in the group. Get started. So welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I am a award-winning fractional chief operating officer to an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7 figure CEOs. However, I have a mission, and that mission includes you, because I want to help small business owners and entrepreneurs to stop spinning their wheels and struggling to make it to their first 6 figures in business. So I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. Let's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. The annotated version, I've been living in a few countries, but right now I live in Mexico, okay? I live in Mexico. So this segment is all about bringing you value to help you to make more money or to create time freedom in your business. Now, let me tell you something. It all starts with the blog. Blog Talk has already been had. And so today's topic has been released. So let me see here, because our topic all week has been about focus, right? It's been about focus. As small business owners, especially, we cannot afford to be out of focus. Not at all, okay? Because I can give you all the strategies, whether it be about making money, creating time freedom, whatever. I can give you all the strategies to be successful in your business. However, if you are not consistent with those strategies, you will not be successful with those strategies. And what do you need for consistency? Focus, right? You need focus. So we've been talking about focus all week, and how when you're out of focus, how can you get back into focus, because focus is so important. So I've done it a different way. So if you go to the blog post, shaycannon.com/focus, okay, I'm sharing with you strategies, but I'm sharing with you from the point of view of the gurus that I use when I am out of focus. When I am out of focus, I lean into certain gurus that work best for me at the time to get back into focus. So this week I've shared 4 with you. Well, I shared 3, and today is the 4th one. And so these gurus, they have taught me certain things about focus. So for each one, I have shared 4 tips on focus. So on Monday, I shared with you Simon Sinek, and I shared with you 4 strategies to get back into focus. 1 was start with why. 2, have a clear vision. 3, don't focus just on short term. Make sure you're directing your short term with your long-term goals, right? 4, consistency with what is aligned with your goal, all right? Tuesday, we talked about Dr. Joe Dispenza. And the 4 things that I learned from him that I share with you is the power of thought, meditation and focus, breaking the habit of being yourself, and being present, okay? I love those because there are 2 exercises in there that help you to focus. Those exercises are literally about making your focus stronger. Then yesterday, I shared with you Mel Robbins, and I love her, but I use her 5-second rule, which was the first strategy, a lot. Almost every morning, right? So the strategies I gave you from her, the 5-second rule, break the habit loop, environment matters, and decision fatigue, okay? Now, go back to the replays of each one of those, because we discussed them at length. I define what they are. We discuss how we're going to use them, all the good things. Go back to those replays. Today, what I'm going to share with you is I'm going to start. So the guru that I'm going to share with you is Alex Hormozi. But Alex Hormozi's strategies are all about what to do once you get focused. So I'm going to start with a personal guru who you may know, and that's me. Yes, me, guru status, right? So I have 4 strategies that I have created that I share with entrepreneurs all the time. Okay, so I want to share those because those are about getting back into focus. Okay, so the first one is, when you finally have your focus, okay? What I want you to do, number 1, I want you to know the difference between a project and a task, okay? I want you to know the difference between a project and a task. Some of you have a whole to-do list and you're looking at them as tasks. But if it takes multiple tasks to get that one task done, that's not a task, that's a project, right? So guess what? Now it's going to take you more time to get that one thing you have done on your list. And you're thinking, well, I have not been productive because I have more than one task, but I've only gotten one done. Well, it's because that task was the project. Okay, so keep in mind when you're doing your to-do lists are for tasks. Okay, you can have projects and all the tasks be under one project, but if you put something on your to-do list that has more tasks for that task to be done, that is a project, not a task. Okay, so now you need to be looking at the project and not just a task. Again, we tend to have more than one thing on our list, and we tend to be very hard on ourselves when we don't get enough done off of that list. But some of you are writing your list wrong. Okay, so if it is a project, you need to pull the task out of the project and those tasks go on the list. Hope that makes sense for you. Okay, number 2, prioritization. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 strategies on how to prioritize your tasks. Are you ready? I think you are. So these are actually in priority order of how you prioritize your tasks. All right. So number 1, the high priority are tasks that have a time constraint on them or that have urgency. Those tasks come first, right? If something is coming up and need to be done soon, those tasks come first. All right. The second task that come next would be, do you need to pass this task on to somebody else to complete the full task, right? Are you just doing something on the front end and then somebody else has to do something on the back end? Then you need to prioritize that task second, because guess what? The entire task is not going to be done until you do your part and that person does their part. It's not over when you do your part. So you need to make it a priority to do yours so that you can pass it on. All right. The third category of tasks that come next in priority, prioritize, do you need to do any preparation before you can focus on the task at hand, right? So again, is there something you got to prime and get ready before you can finish the task, before you can even start on the task? Then those tasks are going to come third, okay? The fourth level of task is tasks that have high value and move the needle the most. Did you get that? Tasks that have high value and that move the needle the most. So if they are in a category of there's not a time constraint or urgency, right? You don't have to pass it on to do something and then pass it on to somebody else. You don't have to prep before you get started with the task. Then the next thing for all the other tasks that remain even is which one has the most high value in that it moves the needle on your goals the most. So prioritize, okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is how to optimize. We want to consider the type of focus that works best for you, all right? So all things considered equal, going again, like you prioritize all your tasks. Well, what we know is in each one of them priority categories is a bunch of tasks, right? So how do you prioritize within the prioritization? Let me help you. So I need you to do tasks in a way that optimizes your doing them. So I want you to consider these 2 things, okay? Number 1, does it work best for you to complete the tasks that are quick and easy? Or does it work best for you to complete the tasks that are complex? Which one does it work best for you to complete first? Now, the ones that are more complex, I think y'all have heard the phrase, eat the frog, right? So sometimes if you're a person that maybe your day will be better if you just get the hard shit out the way first, then do the hard stuff first, so that now you have more time in the day to get the other things done. But if you're the type of person you kind of got to get ready, you kind of got to crank up, maybe you need to start with some smaller tasks that are quick and easy, get them done, get cranked up, and now your day is going. Decide which person you are. Decide which one works best for you. That's the first part. The second part is I want you to pay attention to what time of day your focus is best, right? What time of day is your focus more keen? Do you have more energy? Because that time of day lets you know that you can complete tasks timely and excellently within that time of day, right? So for me, I know it works best for me to be bright and bushy-tailed and do content in the mornings. So that's why I can come on in here with you after I do my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and get up out the bed. My energy is still high because I haven't been bogged down by the day. Decide what time of day is best for you to do your task, okay? So what time of day do you have the most energy and the most focus? That's when you want to do the most tasks. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is routine. And we've kind of talked about this a little bit, right? So to support your focus, okay, what I want you to do is time block. Time block, okay? Because tasks have deadlines, but to meet deadlines, you need to put in there production time to do them, okay? You need production time. And so what I want you to do is put time on your calendar to meet your deadline. So you put your deadline on the calendar, but then you need the production time of getting the shit done so that you can meet your deadline, okay? Then I want you to make a routine, okay? In the end of the day, to go ahead and prioritize tasks for the next day. This is what we've already talked about, right? That way in the morning, you can check in with those tasks to see, hey, which ones are more important that I need to get done today. You already know because you set that the day before. Now, the last thing I want you to do is routinely throughout the day, check your list, okay? Check your list, because what happens is if you don't check in with your list, it won't be until the end of the day that you find out that you squirreled out all day, you didn't get the things done, you prioritized something else over something that you said was a priority, and now you're looking crazy. Check in throughout the day with that list so that you know where you are, okay? So those are my tips for what to do once you get focused. Let's go into Alex Hormozi's tips, okay? So Alex Hormozi, if you don't know who he is, he's an entrepreneur known for business scaling, sales and marketing. He has a net worth of over $100 million. So he has this series of books called $100 million Offers is one book. And the one he just released last weekend was $100 million Leads. Okay. So he's kind of a big deal. So what do you focus on in your business? He has an 80-20 rule as the first strategy. 80-20 rule. And he says you need to focus on that 20% of tasks that's going to get you 80% of the money. Okay. Yes, you have a long list, but what are the tasks that are going to get you to the money? Right. So remember when I said, what are the tasks that's going to move the needle the most? That might be those tasks. Right. So 80-20. His second strategy is simplicity over complexity. Simplicity over complexity. You should be focusing on making things simple. Stop making things harder than it has to be. Like, what is the simple path to go from A to B? That's the process we want to take. So simplicity over complexity. His third strategy that I learned from him is consistent action. We know this, right? That's why we're trying to get our focus ready, because we know that consistent action is going to be what makes us successful. So he wants you to be consistent in efforts and in marketing and in service that are vital to you being successful. Be consistent. And last but not least, he wants you to have a value-driven approach, okay? So Alex Hormozi emphasizes driving value, immense value, right? We also hear this from Gary Vee. Value comes first. If you focus on the value, then the money will come, right? If you focus on the value, the money will come. If you price things at the value, the money will come. But when you put value first and you make the money, then people are getting what they paid for. If you put the money first, they might be buying something that is not valuable, okay? So that was a lot. So let me recap for you ladies, okay? So my tips were, know the difference between a project and a task, okay? I gave you 4 strategies on how to prioritize your tasks when you have a full list. I told you how to optimize your day with getting more things done by knowing what part of the day that you get the best done and what tasks to do first. Then we talked about routines. What do you need to routinely do to get things done? Alex Hormozi, I gave you 4 strategies from him. 80-20 rule, okay? And that is focus on the 20% of the tasks that's going to get you 80% of the results or the money. Simplicity over complexity, consistent action, value-driven approach, hold that value as a priority. Okay, that's 8 strategies, y'all. 8 strategies. So I want to know, what do you feel about the group of strategies that I gave you? What do you feel about the group of strategies that I gave you from Alex? Okay, and I'm going to start with Dr. LaFera. What do you think about those group of 8 strategies? And what are 2 that you're going to start integrating into your day to get things done? And you know we're going to wait for Dr. LaFera to come off the mic, because we wake her up with this show, y'all. We wake her up. All righty, let's see. Dr. Farah may not be able to come off the mic. Glow, I want you to go ahead and start typing into the chat. What do you think about the 8 strategies? 4 from me, 4 from Alex Hormozi. What are 2 that you're going to start using? And with that, I'm going to go over to Z. Z, what are 2 you're going to start using?
Oh,
okay. There you go.
Man, girl, you were shooting them off real fast. I know. Okay.
I
want to do the one with the priority.
Yeah.
I think I had a little bit of that, Shay, in the fact that I have been focusing pretty much all my energy on the Walmart opportunity. And so I've been doing that, not knowing that that's what I'm supposed to do. And then also, I already know going in and out the gate, girl, I'm a morning person. So getting up at 8, all that stuff, I'm a morning. So that's where I have my energy. It's in the later part that I start having issues. But I have realized too, based on what you shared really quickly, that I was doing things that were really a project, and I would call thinking they're tasks. And then I would also at the end feel like, man, I didn't accomplish anything because I didn't get what I thought was a task, but it really was a project. So now I know that it's going to take me more time and effort. It's a project, and don't label it as a task, because it can make you feel bad about you didn't accomplish anything when you really did, because you're moving forward. And that's the best thing, is to continue. Well, one of them, continue to move forward. So yeah, this is great. And I like what he said too, the 80-20.
Awesome. Yeah, that project versus task, that gets everybody. And it's funny because when I bring it up, people are like, oh, right? Because a lot of people don't look at it that way. They don't realize, they just know, I need to get this done, I need to get this done, I need to get this done. But if you can break it down into other tasks, then that wasn't a single task, that was a project, right? And so what we know is we have 5 things on our list today, and the first one is a project. So we never get to the other things because that first one had 5 other tasks attached to it. So yes, most definitely, most definitely. Okay, so Stacy said that she's going to do the 80-20, trying to figure out the difference between a project and a task. So with this discussion that I had with Z, Stacy, did you kind of get more on the difference between a project and a task, or do you have a question about that? You can come off the mic. Uh-oh, you might can't. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to find it. Hello.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah, I think I need to go back to where you did that the blog talk, or no, not blog talk, the morning show about that, because I still don't quite understand.
So actually, I think this is the first time I kind of brought it up this way. But basically it's like this, right? When we are doing a to-do list, that to-do list are supposed to be filled with tasks. That means we're doing a single thing to get something done, right? So on your list should not be clean the kitchen. Clean the kitchen is a project in and of itself, because there are tasks in that to get the kitchen clean. So instead, it should be wash the dishes, clean the refrigerator, mop the floor. So what you understand is clean the kitchen is a project. So to have that on there as one thing, as though you're going to get that and other stuff done in a day, is probably not at all realistic, right? So we can't put clean the kitchen as a task, because it is a project. And under the project, clean the kitchen, we have tasks. Sweep the floor, mop the floor, wash the dishes, put the dishes up, clean the refrigerator, all the things, clean the countertops, right? So that's, we already at 6 or 7 tasks. And how are we going to get that done in addition to other tasks that you may have also mislabeled as a task? So does that make sense?
Yep.
So when we have a to-do list, the to-do list should be single task. That's one thing that you're doing, right? So if we're going to do a project, then we're just going to say we have a project today, and our project for today is clean the kitchen. And what we know is, hell, cleaning the kitchen can take half a damn day. So how did you think you was going to get clean the kitchen and 4 other things done? So so that's the difference between the project and the task. Okay, so Glow said blocking off time. I need to set my phone on do not disturb so I won't have distractions. Yes, that's a part of what Mel taught us. You need an environment for focus. So because your environment matters, you need to have all distractions gone so that you can focus. A lot of us say that we don't have time to do stuff, when really what we're doing is mismanaging our time. Right? So what it is it's like you're not a good shepherd over your time. That's why you feel like you don't have time to do anything. So first you need to prioritize, what actually should be getting done so that you're not getting stuff done over here, over there. Great example. We use cleaning the house. Let me use another clean the house example, right? Which one feels better to you? When you go and you clean one room, you focus on one room and you get it done, and therefore you have a clean room, or you go do something in this room, something in that room, something in this room, something in that room, something in this room, something in that room, and then the house still don't feel clean. Which one, right? One took focus and it yielded results, and it gives you momentum to do another room. And you focus on that room, you get that done, then you get another room. You see what I'm saying? So the one room at a time is an example of focus. So when we have time, it's best that we have focus and actually get done what we need to get done in that time. So earmarking the time is just the first thing. Actually focusing and getting done efficiently what you're supposed to do is the second thing, right? And then knowing how to prioritize what you're getting done in that, yeah, all of that together, you will bang stuff out. Let me tell you, you will bang stuff out. And Glow agrees that one room at a time would work best for her. All right, Heather, have you heard enough to tell me what strategies that you will be using?
I did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 this morning, by the way, because
it works,
I was like, bed is nice.
Yeah.
I want to get up. So for me, I know that my energy is earlier in the day. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I am useless. Anything that comes after that, I can't guarantee anything. So for me, I have to do any creative tasks have to be done between when the writing room ends and 3 p.m. period. I already know that. Writing,
between
client
9
work,
and 3.
Yep, creating content, whatever it is, anything creative has to be done in that time period. So I already know that. My problem after or even within that is blocking time. Like it's hard for me to block time, but it is easy to make a list and prioritize it, if that makes sense.
Then go with that.
Okay, then that's what I'm going with.
What you have to understand is if you're not blocking time and you're going by prioritizing the list, as long as you get the list done during the day, then what you did was you just used the day.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So that's fine for you, because basically what you're saying is my ADHD won't allow me to say at this time I'm going to do this, right?
Correct.
That's fine. But as long as you can say today I'm going to do this and you get it done, that's fine.
Yep,
so even if you have to squirrel out during the day and come back to it, whatever you have to do, that's fine. Just what works for you to get it done.
Yep, that's what I've been doing. I had to stop beating myself up for not for doing that and not doing it the way quote unquote normal people do it. So
I mean, what we know is there's an average way and then there's always outliers. So it's fine. The litmus test is not are you doing it the way other people are doing it. The litmus test is are you getting it done?
Yeah, now I know that, but you're conditioned to think other ways. So so there's that. But what I really liked about when you were talking about routine, and even though time blocks don't necessarily work for me, habit stacking does.
Yes.
So if I'm already doing, like doing morning affirmations, let's just use that as an example. You're already brushing your teeth, right? So you're already in the bathroom, you're already in the mirror. Spit your toothpaste out and do your thing and then go about your day. Right?
Yeah.
So,
or I mean, because what people don't understand is you're taught this in different ways anyway, right? So the medical field, look, shout out to Dr. LaFera and Dr. Stacy. They teach you things like, hey, to remember to take your blood pressure pill or to remember to take your birth control pill, put them on the sink. So that when you go to brush your teeth, it's already there. So they've been teaching us habit stacking the entire time. We just didn't know that we could do it in other ways, right?
Right.
So yeah, habit stacking works for me too. For me, knowing that you like the morning show, I usually attach getting my emails done in the morning after the morning show. I haven't been doing it lately, but yeah, I need to get back to it because I'm already doing content. So I need to go ahead and tack that back on there. So yeah. Glow said, I've been doing the breathing technique by taking 10 deep breaths. Yes. That can help you to be mindful. It helps bring you back in the moment. It helps you to be intentional about what you're doing rather than going with flows. Let me tell you how I hate to go with people's flow, because people's flows are not set up for me, right? My flow is set up for me. So I don't often like to go with other people's flows. I'm not going to be my best in someone else's flow. So yes, stop. Make sure you're not just going about the day mindlessly. Stop, take breaths, look at the day and see, are you doing what you want to do for the day? Are you where you want to be in the day? Yeah, that's important. That is hugely, hugely important. All right, let me see this. My little list went dark. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So let's recap. Alex Hormozi, okay? 80-20 rule. Similar to many business experts, Hormozi refers to this principle, suggesting that entrepreneurs focus on 20% of the tasks that generate 80% of the results. Now, that correlates to what I taught you about prioritizing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to prioritizing because that one thing had 4 things in it, right? So prioritization, when there is a long list of tasks to get done, it's hard to know what task to focus on first. So I want you to start ranking their priority using these 4 questions, and I'm giving them to you in priority order, right? So the question that if you can answer, if you identify tasks with this question, these tasks go first. What is the time constraint and urgency? So if you have tasks that have a time constraint and have a sense of urgency over all the other tasks, those tasks come first, okay? The next set of tasks that you're going to prioritize when you're done with those are, do I need to pass this task on to someone else to complete it? Like, do you need to do something and then pass it on to someone else, right? For example, sometimes before you can get your landing page done, somebody has to write copy, somebody has to create graphic designs or pick stock photos or whatever. So if those things need to be done before the actual layout can be done, get those things done so the other person can do their stuff and they're not just waiting on you, okay? So those things will come next in priority. Next, what you're going to pull out on the list as on the priority is, do I need to do any prep before I focus on the task at hand? Let me give you an example of that. Again, if you need stock photos or you're going to do a graphic that includes photos or whatever, if you have to do research to go and find the photos before you can actually create the graphic, then those tasks are going to come next because they are multi-step, right? So let me go find these photos, and then now let me use these photos to create the graphic. All right. So that's an example of things that may have some prep before you can do the task. Now, the 4th thing is going to be, is it a high value task that moves the needle? Okay. What tasks move the needle the most? Right. So for example, I know I need to be getting some leads from cold traffic. Right. But before I can start cold DMing or whatever, my strategy is that I give value first. So that means I need to create something that gives the value before I start jumping in people's DMs. Right. So I had to prioritize creating the lead magnet I thought would be valuable before I can jump in folks' DMs. Do y'all understand that? Right. I know that it's going to move the needle. So I'm going to prioritize getting leads from a cold audience. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope so. So the next thing was, how do you optimize your focus? How do you optimize your focus? Number 1, decide whether or not doing the quick and easy task first optimizes your focus and energy, or does doing the hard stuff first optimize your focus and energy. So I would love to know who on the panel, right? What is most optimized for you, doing the easy stuff first or the hard stuff first? Go, you can put it in the chat. Stacey, you can put it in the chat if you want to. Kimberly Miles, you're just joining us. When it comes to tasks, which ones do you like to do first? The ones that are quick and easy, or the ones that are hard and complex?
Good morning. Probably an unpopular answer is doing the easy ones first, and it's funny because when I do the easy ones first, in my head, I'm like, I really should be doing the other ones, but I do the easy ones first because that way I can just get those out of the way and concentrate more on the others.
Yes. So I'm glad that you judged yourself, because the whole thing that I'm trying to get y'all to realize is there is no right way. There's only the way that works best for you to be optimized to get things done. right? So some people believe in eating the frog and doing the hard stuff first, right? Some people believe in, hey, I need to crank up to that hard stuff. So let me get some easy wins out here, right? Let me get some easy stuff done. Now I'm crunk, I got some momentum. Now let me go get the hard stuff. Some people are like, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to focus on my day or nothing else with that hard stuff lingering over my head. Let me get the hard stuff done. Now I'm freed from that. Now I can free flow into the rest of the day and get easy stuff done. It's all about which one is best for you. So Stacy said the hard stuff first. Yep, that's Eat the Frog, Stacy. I think that's actually the name of a book. But so basically a frog is nasty. You don't want to do it. You know, it's hard. So you go ahead and get it done, right? And then Heather says it depends on the day. Of course, Heather. And then Glow says she does the quick and easy first. So awesome, awesome. So think about that and do that. The next thing you're going to think about is what part of the day are you most focused and have the most energy? Because that's going to be the part of the day you really want to center around getting tasks done, because you'll get them done quicker, more timely, and you'll get them done better, more excellently, right? So Heather has already said she's a morning person. Are there any people that they seem to have more energy at night? Stacy says she's a morning person. Anybody have more energy in the afternoons or at night? Because I'll tell you, most of my day is all about my clients. And so I can take a nap, kind of rinse that off, wake back up. I have way more energy and creativity to work on my own stuff. What were you going to say, Kimberly?
I was gonna say it's nighttime for me is when I'm more, but it causes a problem because I have a 9 to 5. So,
Yeah.
so during my 9 to 5, I'm like working, but then I'm doing the stuff at night. So, but nighttime for me is better. But
so you
sometimes
might have to split your day, Kimberly, right? So when you come home, you might have to wind down, get a nap in. But see, I don't know if you're a mother or not.
no.
But you might have to wind down, get a nap in, and then wake back up and then get stuff done before like 12 or before 11. You know what I'm saying? And kind of just split your day. And
Yeah,
then during the day, during your 9 to 5, you might be doing research or setting the pace for what you're going to do at night. So that at night, when you wake up, you're actually doing it. You don't have to prep to do it.
right. I do use my lunch break a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. So Glow said, because the majority of the time I'm getting my tasks done while at work, then I'm working on the hard when I get off so I can focus more. Yes, like that, Glow. Dr. LaFerre said, I'm a night person, but I need to move work towards the day. Yeah, so I think it depends on how you do it, right? Because a lot of times what I'll do is I might do a bunch of planning at night so that when I wake up, I'm doing a bunch of doing. Does that make sense? You can always separate the prep from the doing, right? You can always separate it out. Dr. Farah said yes. Okay, cool beans. Cool. This is a great day. So that was routine. Now let's go to Alex Hormozi. Just as a reminder, he says 80-20, which is kind of what I told y'all about, you know, what's going to push the needle the most. So all the tasks that push the needle the most, you need to do those first. Okay. So if you look at your business and you say, hey, revenue is down, then you need to be prioritizing money making activities over all that administrative stuff. I understand administrative stuff needs to get done, but right now when we need money, we need to prioritize money making tasks. And how you do that is the tasks that get you to the money the quickest. There are the fewer steps between you doing something and getting the money. Do those first and do more of those. Okay. So 80-20, simplicity over complexity. Sometimes if you just sit down and plan before you act, you can make things simple. Sometimes when you don't plan, you have made things hard, okay? I will give you a great example that you guys can identify with. If you have a bunch of errands and you just leave out the house and you just go doing these errands one-on-one, what you'll find is you probably wasted time, you wasted gas, you wasted money. Why? Because if you had to just sat down before you left out the house and said, okay, these are all the errands I need to run. Now, let me start with the ones that's furthest from the house and then work my way back to the house. I would be more efficient. You see what I'm saying? Rather than I'm gonna go over here, then I'm gonna dart over here, and oh, I forgot I needed this. Now I gotta go back over there when I could have got it when I was already over there. You see what I'm saying? So a little more planning can make things more simple. All right. Anybody got anything they want to say about that? Because I know I might have stepped on some toes with that one. Nope. Awesome. All right. So the next one is going to be consistent action, right? Consistency in efforts, whether it's in marketing or service, is vital. Focusing on consistent action can lead to predictable results. Okay. So to me, consistency is all about, we know doing something one time is not, I don't know why we have our microwave mentality when we're not even really the microwave generation, right? But what I'm going to tell you is, stop beating yourself up when you done tried something 1 time, 3 times, 5 times, and it hasn't quite worked yet. Most things take time. Let me tell you how. It is the exception to the rule that somebody launch a product and make $1 million, okay? That's the exception to the rule. The rule is marketing is about creating relationships, and it takes time. And because it takes time, it may take time for you to get the money in, right? That's the actual rule. That's actual reality. All this other stuff and all these other claims, exceptions to the rule. And what we know about exceptions to the rule is that means that that's a rare occurrence. Okay, that's a rare occurrence. So let us stay in reality and stop beating ourselves up over these few little things people are saying that they did that get great results, when you're looking at them as overnight success and you are comparing your day 1 to their day 100. Okay. So I need y'all to stop doing it. All right. Value-driven approach. Value. Y'all already know I have a value-driven approach. I come on here every morning and give y'all value. Every now and then I come with an affordable workshop and all of those things. Okay, great. And y'all know I do have a high-ticket course and I have high-ticket services, but I don't push those things on you because I'm trying to give you value. My goal is to give you value. Now, based on what you need, you have different opportunities that have different price points to come and get what you need. Now, what do I tell you? I tell you the truth. Hey, you can listen to this free information all you want to, but free information is great. Just like when you Google, just like when you go to webinars or whatever, it's great information. However, great free information only takes you so far, right? And great free information is hodgepodge. It's not a system that is taking you from A all the way to B. And that's what most people are missing for their success, right? So there's that. Now, so those were our 8 strategies. Does anybody else have anything they want to discuss about the strategies or about the week about focus? Because this was a great week, y'all. It really was. I can't wait to see what I come up with for next week. Because strategy is a huge component to the success of our businesses. So anybody want to come off the mic and say anything? I have some announcements actually. So let me know while I'm pulling up these announcements, if anybody has anything they want to say about focus or have a question about anything we discussed about focus. Heather.
I just want to tell you that this week, especially for me, learning about these gurus, like I already knew who Simon Sinek was. I already knew who Alex Hormozi and Mel Robbins. I did not know about Dr. Joseph, what's his last name?
Dispenza.
I did not know about him. But what I really appreciated was how each one of them had points that contribute to every aspect of our personal and professional lives, because we are, for the most part, solopreneurs, right? All business is personal. So anything that we're applying to how we organize our day with our business also moves over into personal and vice versa, right? So it is helpful to have these strategies. So, that, and I didn't know, I mean, I'm really not that familiar with Alex Hormozi, but I, obviously I know who he is and I did the webinar with last week, but at any rate, so this week for me was particularly helpful. And I liked the way that it especially, and I know you didn't plan this, but it aligns with, the whole moon cycle, the season and all that. So thank you.
It does. And I did not plan that, but you're right. So Glow said, thanks so much for your time and information provided to us. Oh, you're welcome, Glow. And I finally got Facebook to work right. So Tracy Powell has been over there rocking along with us, but I couldn't see it, but now I see it. So some of the things she said was she's going to be consistent and prioritize her tasks. She's going to do hard stuff first. Afterwards, everything else is smooth sailing. And then she says she gets the majority of her tasks done at night. So love it. Thank you, Tracy, for rocking with us. Okay. So September is Friday, tomorrow, right? And so I have some changes coming up for September and some announcements. So I downgraded my StreamYard. So now instead of being able to stream to 6 places at one time, I can only stream to 3. So what I'm going to do is Blog Talk will no longer stream in the group because it really is not for the group, because I come in here and recap it for you guys anyway at 8:15. So I'm going to not stream Blog Talk in the group, and I'm going to stream it only to my account, my page, and YouTube, or it might just be my account, and then I might share it to my page later. That way I can do YouTube and LinkedIn. It's probably what I'm going to do. That might be the move. Okay. Also, my expat anniversary, my 5-year expat anniversary is on Friday or tomorrow, September the 1st. That was the day that I landed in Belize and started this journey of living and working from anywhere in the world. So I have an offer coming to celebrate my expat anniversary where people can do a one-on-one with me and get a roadmap for $1,000 off. And so even though you may not do the roadmap, you can make money off of being an affiliate on that roadmap. So that roadmap is usually $3,500. I'm about to put it on sale tomorrow for $2,500. But if you know somebody who needs a business roadmap and they buy it from the link that you sign up and get, you will get $500. Okay. So that is going to be what I release tomorrow. So I'll do a post tomorrow when I have all of those links ready for you guys. So you can make money or you can come and get your blueprint. Either way, you can be good. Right. Monday is Labor Day. We will not do the morning show at all on Monday. I might go live like in the middle of the day or something and possibly talk about the cart close to that offer. But yeah, we will not do Blog Talk and we will not do the show on Monday. We will start back on Tuesday. I have rescheduled our movie club, y'all. We were supposed to have movie club tonight, and one of my clients decided to have a webinar tonight that I have to support them on. So I moved movie club to September the 22nd. So that is already in the group. I've already scheduled all of September's morning shows. So the Zoom link does change. You guys do not have to wait till I go live for the Zoom link. It's always under the events tab. All of those events are there. Okay, so what I've done now is I pinned to the group the first morning show schedule for September, and that'll be the Zoom link for all month long. So if you're ever looking for the Zoom link to join us on the morning show, you can always go to the pinned post or go to the events tab and just pick one and click and come in. All right. Any questions about our changes and announcements for September? Heather, you're still here, but you should be in the writing room. So anybody have anything they want to say, anything they have a question about, anything they're excited about? I'm also going to release the September calendar on, I'll probably release it on Monday, even though we're not talking, because I have 2 workshops planned for September for our affordable workshop series. And then I have a free training that we're going to do in the group. And then I'm going to kick off my regular webinar again, which is the 6 biggest obstacles to making your first 6 figures. So we're kicking it off, y'all. It's going to be busy in September. Plus my retreat is at the end of September. So that last few days of September, I will not be doing the morning show because the ladies will be here for the retreat on the beach. And so we'll be getting our rest and revenue on. So that's all I got for you guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I will see you back here on Tuesday. So enjoy your holiday also. All right, guys, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have a great holiday.